This train is for Cumbernauld. The next station is Cumbernauld.
Cumbernauld Town Centre, a once world-renowned example of modernist architecture and urban planning, now considered an idealistic experiment gone wrong, an eyesore and a blight on the landscape. So what happened? Cumbernauld history can be traced back to ancient times, with evidence of early settlements dating as far as the Iron Age. However, it was during the post-World War II era that the town experienced a dramatic transformation. In 1955, Cumbernauld was designated as a new town under the United Kingdom's New Towns Act of 1946. This marked the beginning of an ambitious urban planning experiment that aimed to alleviate massive overcrowding in nearby Glasgow, with around 550,000 people needing to be rehoused. Some here, others in East Kilbride, Glenrothes, Irvine and Livingston. The mid-20th century marked a pivotal era for urban planning, as architects and city planners sought to address the challenges posed by post-war reconstruction and suburbanisation. Cumbernauld emerged as a prime example of this New Age thinking. The design revolved around the concept of a city of tomorrow, emphasising functionality, efficiency and aesthetics. Designed by a team led by the architect Geoffrey Copcutt, the architectural style of Cumbernauld Town Centre, certainly in its earlier phases, is a remarkable blend of modernist and utopian design principles. One of the most striking features is the town's division into distinct functional zones. The architects envisioned a separation of vehicular and pedestrian traffic, with elevated walkways allowing people to move freely without the interference of cars. This innovative vision of architecture and design emerged during a time of urban renewal, propelling Cumbernauld into the spotlight as a pioneering example of a planned town centre. The futuristic aesthetic, characterised by geometric shapes and clean lines, remains an emblem of the town centre's modernist vision. The term megastructure was applied to a range of experiments in architecture and design during the early 1960s. The definition of a megastructure was a single building or structure that could be used as a frame to which infrastructure, utilities and additional units could be interconnected and expanded upon. Cumbernauld Town Centre certainly falls into that categorisation. In a 1965 edition of Harper's Magazine, architectural critic Wolf van Eckart wrote, Leonardo da Vinci, nearly 500 years ago, envisioned a city where all the vehicles move underground, leaving man to move freely in the sun. Leonardo might also have sketched Cumbernauld town centre, a soaring citadel surrounded by meadow. Opened in 1967 by Princess Margaret to worldwide attention, Cumbernauld urban planning showcased several innovative elements. A defining feature was the separation of pedestrians from vehicular traffic. Elevated walkways allowed residents to traverse the town without encountering cars, promoting safety and convenience. The town centre embraced mixed-use zoning, integrating residential, commercial and recreational spaces. This approach aimed to create a self-contained environment where residents could live, work and play without the need for extensive commuting. These zones housed office space, retail units, banks, residential apartments, a local newspaper, a cinema, bowling alley, hotel, bar and restaurants, and services including a police station and a library. Cumbernauld architecture married form and function. The brutalist design language emphasised raw materials, exposed concrete and geometric shapes, reflecting the modernist mantra of less is more. In its heyday, additional phases were added, and it even contributed to popular culture as the setting for two motion pictures. 1977's Cumbernauld Hit, a James Bond type film used to promote the town, and Gregory's Girl, a 1981 coming-of-age romantic comedy ranked number 30 in the British Film Institute's list of the top 100 British films of the 20th century, cited as an influence on the director Wes Anderson, and apparently one of Martin Scorsese's favourite films. So what happened? As you can now see, this once iconic, visionary example of brutalist architecture and modernist utopia is a shadow of its former self, decaying, dilapidated, almost empty, and no longer serving the needs of its community. Its demise has been so spectacular that it has regularly been the recipient of various unwanted awards for worst building in Scotland and the wider United Kingdom. The majority of Cumbernauld residents consider it an eyesore. To some casual observers, it is a treasure worth saving. To the people of Cumbernauld, it is a grim, dystopian relic that looms over the entire town, a symbol of failure and broken dreams. It would be easy to blame the centre's demise on poor management and underinvestment. As a result of various demolitions and extensive and possibly ill-conceived alterations, the building's layout had become disjointed and confusing. The vast swathes of concrete that hold the structure together are riddled with cracks that allow rainwater to seep in. The amount of buckets located throughout the building are testament to this. It's possible that these historic design decisions made it extremely difficult to maintain the structure to any kind of decent standard. In 2022, North Lanarkshire Council agreed to purchase the centre from its private owners, with a view to demolishing and replacing it. It appears the only section of the existing structure that will survive is the Antonine Mall, built during Phase 5 in 2007. Ironically, it was this mall that contributed to the growing amount of empty retail units in the old building. Cumbernauld Town Centre stands, for the time being, as a testament to the enduring influence of modernist urban planning. Its visionary concepts continue to shape the way we envision and design urban spaces today. By embracing the past and integrating these forward-thinking principles into modern city planning, we can create more sustainable, livable and vibrant communities for generations to come. Cumbernauld Town Centre's legacy reminds us that the seeds of innovation sown in the past bear the fruits of a better future. We can only hope that what comes next pays testament to that legacy, and more importantly, better serves the people of Cumbernauld.